We're going to have a model for multiplying decimals. We're going to go through a few problems. And during these problems, I'd like you to see that when we talk about a tenth in the models, what we're talking about is one of the long, skinny rectangles that either looks like this or even if it's turned sideways and looks like this, these are still tenths. It takes 10 of these to make one of the hundredths grids, the square grids. So 1 out of 10 is called a tenth. It can be written like this, or it can be written like this. Both of those are equal. Same thing here, if you have 10 of these going horizontally all the way down, you would get one whole thing, 1/100th grid completely filled up. So again, it'd be 1 out of 10 or 1/10. I'd like you to look also that when you multiply, you take a number, maybe 3/10, which would be 3 of these, multiply times another decimal, 4/10. You're always getting a smaller amount. You're starting with 3/10. You're multiplying by 4/10. I'd like you to see that anytime you multiply by a decimal, you're going to get a smaller amount. If you take a whole number and multiply times a decimal, like 7/10, you're going to get a smaller amount. Usually when we think multiplying, we think 4 times 8. We're thinking that's 4, and then 4 again, and then 4 again, and then 4 again, and then 4 again. 8 times. And we end up getting 32. We get a bigger number because we took all of these and added them together. But when you multiply times decimals, the opposite is true. You're multiplying by something and you're actually getting a smaller answer when you multiply times a decimal and multiply times a fraction. So I'd like you to see that as we continue with models. Alright, let's get to it then. This model deals with tenths. We've got 1/10 right here, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10. This is 6/10 multiplied by 1, 2, 3, 4 that are green. 6/10 times 4/10. And we get the answer right here where both colors are. That's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, and then 24. So we got 24. Now earlier on the screen, the first screen, I was talking about those tenths being those long sticks, whether they go vertically or horizontally. But these little squares right here, it doesn't take 10 of these to make a whole thing. It actually takes 100 of these. So whenever you have these little squares right here, you are just. So in order to get hundredths, I have to have 2 decimal places. So my decimal point goes right there. So I took 6/10 multiplied by 4/10, and I got 24 hundredths, which is right up here, these 24 squares that have both colors. Look at a new model. This model has 1/10, and you're multiplying by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/10, and you get an answer of the 2 decimal places because these squares are called hundredths right here. It takes 100 of them to make. And you can see that there are 5 of them. If I was to put it here, put the 5 right here, this would actually be 5/10. But I don't have 5/10, I have 5 of these hundredths. So I actually need to erase that and put a 0 here. Put my 5 here in the hundredths place. So I get 5 hundredths. 1/10 times 5 tenths is 5 hundredths. So these are called models. We'll just do one more here before I end the lesson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tenths multiplied by 1, 2, 3 tenths is equal to 8 across this top row. That's 8. There's 16. There's 24. 3/8 tenths. And those are hundredths because it's each one of these little squares.